Traders, welcome back to the channel. Today we're covering AMC, very short, sweet, to the point. There will be no added BS in between. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Let's get to it.
I got no drip in my pocket.
All right, so looking at AMC, if you watched the video yesterday, we wanted to see the push down to this level, about 40.5. That was the entry point for the AMC options, the March 95s. March 18th, I believe, is the date for those strikes. So you started pushing back up today. I felt pretty confident. You held the daily essentially the whole day. And it was kind of just a battle of holding that view up, which you're holding here at the end of the day. The only thing that I needed to see for today wasn't necessarily a push to $42, $41. I just wanted to see a hold above the weekly. That's honestly all I needed and wanted to see. I think you're queuing up to get a push back to these local highs as well. I think indexes and the economy as a whole will perform well next week. I could be wrong, so do your own DD. But just my personal opinion, I think we're looking fairly strong. We have a lot of stuff coming out about infrastructure, Biden's plans, all of his bills being passed, things like that. So money's going to be flowing in. In my opinion as well, you look very strong on a price action level. Now, majority of the time you would see me call this most likely a bear flag. I know it's a little bit rough on the drawings right now. I'm just trying to get it in here as quick as possible, and you would expect somewhat of a breakdown. I don't think you're bear flagging right now. I think you're moving in a very positive manner. I think you had a false break below the weekly right here, and then this proved that was true in my opinion by getting back above and then pushing back up. Now you're seeing a little bit of a rejection at 41.4. Totally fine. Again, I did not see a huge move going on right now. Right now, the IV's a little bit low. This is the best time for the options. This is the time that you really should be considering entering an option if you are going to actually look for any options. Now, again, you need to do your own DD because options are risky. There's a lot of inherent risk when it comes to trading them. But right now, this is a perfect entry point for myself. Average entry is about 340 to 350 on those March 95s. I do see this getting a nice push back up as well. You continue to make these higher lows as we've been talking about and following this trend up. And if you see, it was another perfect touch of the trend right there yesterday, and you're following it back to those highs. Again, short term, it's not concerning that we're moving sideways or even had a little bit of a dip to the weekly. This is what we wanted. I like what we're seeing, and it continues to prove, in my opinion, that you're going to see strength kicking in beginning of December and in November rolling into the new year. That's what I love to see. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is going to be the options. Now, when it comes to the options that I'm looking at, I was looking at January's, but then I considered the movement of the 95s on March comparative to the January options. January, in my opinion, right now are a little bit late to get into. You could get into those, but they don't move as well as what I'm seeing from the March contracts. The Marches are moving very well. There's a few people in the Discord whose average entries are about $2, and they're making an absolute killing on each IV push that we are getting on the stock. So that's a really important thing you need to be looking at. It's just comparing to the respective moves on how much they're gaining on the good days as well as how much they're losing on the bad days. I don't recommend just jumping into random plays. Do your DD, people. That's why people are losing money, because they're just throwing money at random plays and doing no research. I do love the March 95s. March 18th is the day. I'm going to keep saying that so I have the evidence that that's the one that I've been talking about. My average entry, again, is about 340 to 350. Today, he pushed up to around 370 on the nice push hit there, 41.5. I think this will continue, and I really see those moving very well. If you have any questions, comment down below. I will keep the videos coming, and I will also have a video later tonight going over stocks that I'm looking at right now in the market and stocks that I bought today for options going into the end of November as well. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and remember, boys, we run the market.
Must have forgot it, or maybe I already lost it. Don't got enough to go copy.